Hi guys, Red Wolf here, a former Russian psychologist. I'm going to break down this low marriage rate video.
Obviously, we were just talking earlier about marriage and who recently has got married, and actually I think marriage is actually, the statistics of marriage have halved, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think marriage is irrelevant? Is this why why aren't men getting married?
Well, the bottom line is it's a raw deal. For men, it's a really...
Look at her facial expression and eyes. The mirror of the soul. She doesn't like what he just said.
raw deal. The benefits are heavily outweighed by the dangers and the risks. If you're a man and you divorce, the outcome usually favours women massively. You can end up losing your home, half of your pension, half of your wealth. You can end up not seeing your children. And studies have shown that men are more adversely mentally affected by divorce than women. So, and there's also a lot less support network in place.
We've seen few cases where wives earned much more than their husbands, and after they divorced, they cry out loud that it's totally unfair that they must pay big money as alimony to their ex-husbands. When it directly affects them, they shout out loud, but when they get all the benefits and don't have to pay or give back anything, they smile and enjoy the money flow.
You also say that if a woman gets pregnant for a career choice, and I think that you have used the words that women do get pregnant for career choices, that's what they want to do, that if you were the guy and that you didn't approve or you didn't okay that pregnancy, then you, and you use a term, I didn't like it actually when I read it, it was just like financial abortion, I think you say. I didn't like that, but what that means is that you can say, right, okay, I had nothing to do with this, I didn't ask for it, you've surprised me with it, therefore I've got nothing to do with it, I won't support it.
Woman can opt out of being a mother and nothing will happen to her, while man will be jailed if he doesn't pay child support.
Well, what I was really saying is I was mooting that as like a hypothetical point to illustrate the fact that when it comes to power, although the illusion is that men have all the power, actually when it comes to kind of personal relationships and relationships between the sexes, women have most of the power.
Well, that's true as well, but obviously babies are made by two people, so shouldn't men just use contraception?
Just man up. Well, unfortunately...
Women have 15 different options of contraceptives, and only women can decide if child will be born. Also, there are many cases where they said they're on a pill. In reality, they were not. And they trapped the guy and forced him to be a dad. While he is not ready at all and doesn't want to be a dad, they use babies as a cage trap. While men cannot force a woman to become a mother, she just can take after pill and no baby will be born. No one will ever question her actions.
Fortunately, you know, women have the lion's share of contraceptive choices, and once a woman is pregnant, of course, the man has no say, and yet the consequences for his life are lifelong and huge. They have a huge impact.
That's true, but if he'd taken precautions in the first place, he wouldn't have a baby. So don't men have to just use their brains rather than what's in their pants?
Absolutely. And look, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of reckless men and plenty of responsible women out there. And of course, not all women get pregnant as a career choice. That was a sample of a study that I was quoting. But, you know, there are instances, like look at Liz Jones at the Daily Mail. She famously stole the sperm of her husband's condom. She violated his choice about fatherhood, and that could have changed his life forever.
Have you been hurt?
No, I'm not.
What is it? What started this off? This is...
So funny. Haha. Women ask this question to shame, guilt, and personally attack you. But here we see this soy boy asking it. Why they do it? They want to distract you from the issue and bring you on their level, meaning they want you to react emotionally. And instead, focusing on the issue, you would start to defend yourself and your life experience. Best you can do in this situation, either ignore the question with no even a smile and stay on your points, or say, once when I was a kid, a honeybee sang me. That hurt me a lot.
Is this a big revenge trip?
No, not at all. Look, this is just about me being a young man in the modern world. After 50 years of feminism, I am one of the products of that. And, you know, I have 3 wonderful sisters who I love, and my mother I have a great relationship with, my parents are still together. So my personal experience of marriage, you know, is wonderful. But for me, as a young man entering into that, politically, it's just not viable.
So you would never get married?
No. Well, I would do if the laws changed. If I was protected in equal measure to, you know, like perhaps the woman I'd marry, then I would consider it. But at the moment, I mean, let's be honest, marriage is a contract. It's a business deal. And I wouldn't enter into any contract without reading the terms and conditions and being aware of the risks.
If 2 people love each other, they don't need any marriage. Only if there are kids involved, marriage would make some sense. There are 60% of marriages ending in divorce, and there are 50% of partners cheat on each other. Even if women cheat, men still pays, and men will be blamed. They will tell that it's all his fault. There is no fault divorce. So a woman can cheat, can do whatever she wants, and at the end of the day, she can divorce you and take half of your stuff with no responsibilities, liabilities on her own actions. Comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, guys, open your mind.